The next point there says if the double bond is at the same distance from either side, you can number from any side. Just as you have seen with view 2 in, I can number it from left to right or from right to left. I still get the same position of my double bond. And then to the last point there at step number 2 says you must place the number between when you write the name. You don't write the number of the position at the beginning of the compound. You see, if you look at the books and then you follow what is in the book, sometimes you'll be wrong because that is not the correct way of writing it. Because some books will write this one as 2-butene. Alright? So we don't name it this way anymore. We don't name that one as 1-butene. Alright? It's a wrong way because in some textbooks they are still sticking on the old way of naming these organic compounds. Alright? So they say here you must place the number of the first carbon atom of the double bond between the parent name and the suffix. So between the parent name and the suffix, not before the parent name. So you must put it between the parent name and the suffix, just like we have done. So if you look at this one, this is what they mean. There is the parent name, there is the suffix, and between them you've got the number. Alright? Okay, my color. So I've got a parent name there, I've got a suffix, and then between them there is my number of the double bond. The position of the double bond is between them. Alright? And then step number 3 says must identify the number of substituent. The name of the substituent is determined by the number of carbons. If there's 1 carbon, my substituent will be methyl. The same way as we have done with the alkane. If I've got 2 carbons, I'll have ethyl. And then you assign the number to each substituent, like we have done with the alkanes. And then if you've got 2 substituents that are on the same number, you must not use just one number. I will show you what we mean now. And then you arrange the substituent alphabetically. If you've got more than one, like if you've got 2 substituents of the same type, methyl, you use di. If there are 3, you will use tri. And then you must also remember to use the hyphen to separate the number and the prefix, and the comma to separate numbers. So let's have a look at the examples. Okay, my papers, put them aside. Like I'm going to draw a structure here and then show you how we are going to name it. Let's say, for an example, you've got this compound here with a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there we've got 1 substituent, and there we've got 1 substituent. All right. So we'll have around this one you need 2 hydrogens, and then around this carbon you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one doesn't need any bond there. Then that one will have 1, 2, 3, and then this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and that's the 4th one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the structure that I want us to give the name to. So according to the rules, they say when you've got a structure like this one, you number the carbons in the long chain. So let's check our possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I cannot choose that one. I cannot choose this one because this one doesn't have a double bond. I only choose the one that has a double bond. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, or I can go straight because all of them, if I take into consideration the position of my double bond, I get the maximum of 4 carbons. So this one is my long chain. So I said you number from the side where you've got the double bond. So there's only one side to number from here. You cannot number from both sides. So I only number it 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Because if I check here, my double bond is after carbon number 1. But if I number it from my left to right, this will be 1, 2, 3. And then after carbon number 3, I'll have a double bond. And then 3 is bigger than 1. Therefore, the only way that I can number this, this compound is the one that I just showed you. So we said this, it has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if it has 4, I know that it's built, and all single bond, I mean, no, it's not single bond, I've got a double bond there. Therefore, it will end with E and E. All right? And then I must also check the position of my substituent. If I check here at carbon number 2, I've got that substituent with 1 carbon, and that 1 carbon is methyl. And then at carbon number 3, I've got another substituent with 1 carbon, that is also methyl. So according to the rules, they say if on the compound you've got identical substituent, if there are 2 of them, you will use di for 2. And then if there were 3 of them, you will use tri for 3. All right? So let us give the name to this one. At carbon number 2, and at carbon number 3, I've got the methyl. Remember, the rule says if I've got 2 numbers, I must separate these numbers by a comma. All right? 2, 3. Now I'm going to write a prefix, methyl, but there are 2 of them. Therefore, I put di for 2, and then methyl. And then my long chain has 4 carbons. This will be bute. And then the double bond appears after carbon number 1, and then it ends with E and E. So the name here is 2,2-dimethyl bute-1-ene. That's the name of the compound that we just drew there. All right? Let us do another one. The same with the same number of carbons. And then we increase the substituents. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we say here we've got a substituent, there we've got a substituent, and there we've got another substituent. And then we put our hydrogens. 3 hydrogens around this one. 3 hydrogens around this one. And then this one is okay, and 2 hydrogens around this one. Okay. So if we have to number this one, this compound, we also have to start to the side nearer to the double bond. So this is carbon number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I can go that way or that way. I'll still get 4 carbons. So it gives me the maximum of 4 carbons. But this one, if you have a look at it, we say there you've got a methyl, and then we have another methyl there, and there's another methyl at the bottom here. All right? So let us give the name to this compound. So when you give the name to this compound, we say you check the position of your substituent. At carbon number 3, it's not number 3. At carbon number 2, we've got that substituent is methyl, still methyl, still methyl. So all of them, all the 3 are identical. So, and then at carbon number 3, I've got that methyl. Again, at carbon number 3, I've got this one. So at carbon number 2, I've got that one. Carbon number 3, I've got methyl. And again, carbon number 3, I've got this methyl. So I've got 2.3.3. So I've got 3 substituents. I must also check here, I've got 3 numbers. 2, 3. Now I'm going to write the prefix. I must put a hyphen. Dash. There are 3 of them. I'm going to use tri, methyl, And then the long chain has 4 carbons. That's built. After carbon number 1, I've got a double bond ENE. All right. So here we've got 2,3,3 dash trimethyl but dash 1 dash in. So I've showed you when we've got 2 identical substituent or 3 identical substituent, how do you number and name the compound? All right.